What is going on, guys? Welcome to episode 19 of my Alamova career mode. We're at the first of two Italian Grand Prix and here in Imola. Around the final corner we end up our first run of this session of the qualifying. And let's get down to the line and it's provisional pole position. Amazing! But in the end we got dropped down to P18, so we were forced to do another lap. And this lap has a 1.4 second improvement and we're up to P8. Will we also end up there? In the end, we'll see. In the end, it's P12 after Q1, and now let's jump into Q2. As we round the final corner, round the penultimate corner, now round the final corner, onto the start finish straight we go once again. We use a little bit of overtake to deploy the left energy. Down to the line we go, and it's again provisional pole position. In the end, it's P4. As I lowered the AI a little bit to level 19 now, because they are way too quick in qualifying sessions. So now around the final corner in Q3 with two purple sectors and hopefully a third purple sector. Down to the line we go. No, it's not a third purple sector, but it's P1. In the end, Charles Leclerc beats us by 2.5 tenths and gets his pole position, and we are in P2 now. Anyways, here are the results of Q3. And then let's jump into the race day, I think. Unfortunately, we don't have the pole position. Now let's jump into race day. Here are the qualifying results overall. My teammate ended up in P14, unfortunately. Couldn't take his strong form over from Canada to make it into the top 10 of the qualifying. But here come the 5 red lights, and when they go off, the race is on here for the Imola Grand Prix, and the lights went off really quick. I couldn't react in time, so I lost 2 positions from the line. And as you go down to turn 1, I also have a small lock-up and lose another position to a McLaren this time. And we're down to P5 starting from P2. But now on this straight, we're closing and closing on the McLaren side by side. But we have another lock-up and have to cut the chicane. And the McLaren stays in front of me. Instead I get a warning because I ran off the track. Through this corner we go, we're closing a little bit on the McLaren, but on the exit he gets a better run and he makes up a little bit more time. Into Variante Alta, into this fast chicane, we can make up the place around the outside and we're up into P4 with a small dive home and then a move around the outside. And now into the penultimate corner, we now make the place on our fellow compatriot Paulie David, but he can hang around the outside and stay in front of me for now. Good to have the overtake mode now, as we are closing and closing and closing with a massive top speed difference. Now not so much anymore as we touch his side pod, but in the turn 1 we can squeeze him out and we are finally up to P3 again. Next up ahead is George Russell in the Mercedes, and then we've also got Charles Leclerc, who's currently still leading the race. As we come to Variante Villeneuve into the chicane, they are still all right behind me, Paulie David and Lando Norris, and he has a go on the inside as we run wide a little bit on exit, and again our second warning already as we run wide a little bit, and now through Variante Alta we run wide again, and that's our first 5-second time penalty of today's race as we are closing and closing and have a massive overspeed on George Russell and overtake him into the penultimate corner of the lap. That move finally elevated us up to P2. Now it's only Charles Leclerc left ahead of me to be overtaken, as we have got the overtake mode once again. With it, it's enough to stay low to even close up massively on Charles Leclerc, and we fly past him as we go down to Tamburello, the first corner of the racetrack. As we go through it, we're ahead of him already before even braking. On the exit we haven't got that much energy left, so we have to defend into the second chicane as he's closing and had a little look around the outside. But we defended well, and now we also defend the inside of Tosa so he doesn't have a look into this corner as his teammate did before. With the little energy we've got left, we are now able to push away, and a few laps later he came to the pits for the added cut attempt, I think. But we stay out for another few laps, as a few laps later there's a Haas who I didn't really see coming to be that slow, and I lose a huge amount of time as I try to rejoin the track but spin out constantly. Somehow I was able to save the car. Still we lost an absurd amount of time in this collision. A lap later, I decided to come to the pits to serve our meanwhile 15-second time penalty, guys. 15 seconds. It added up to 15 seconds in a few laps. This is insane. In the end of the pit stop, we have still managed to nearly stay in front of Charles Leclerc, who made the pit stop 5 laps earlier. But into turn 1, he then managed to overtake me as I hadn't have enough energy left to deploy it. But onto this straight, into the next chicane, we're closing already as we've saved out a little bit of energy. And then he runs right on the exit of the Wilmer chicane, and we can deploy with overtake and shoot past him with ease. And we're up to P1 again with this quick move. And also, we can now finally push away till the final lap, as there has nothing happened anymore. We go through the final 2 corners as we run wide a little bit, and we get another warning, and we've got another 10-second time penalty already, which adds up to 25 seconds in total. It won't hold us up anymore to win the race, as we win by 40 seconds.
Yes, you did it. P1, mate. P1.
Here are the results, this time a bit different as the game had some kind of a bug where the results couldn't be shown. In the end, Pole David managed to overtake his teammate for P2, and now let's check out the Drivers' Championship standings. My teammate loses a position to Antonelli, and in the Constructors' Championship standings, Mercedes and Ferrari each make up a place.